This is the best, most realistic AI video model we have ever seen, and truly, it's going to change the way we see content forever. Sora2 is the latest release from OpenAI, and it is leading the way, not just in physics and realism, but also in the ability to create consistency and recreate yourself as an AI clone. This raises the bar once again for AI video, and in this video, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about Sora2, its capabilities, the brand new features, but also how you can make money from it, and what are the wider implications for AI content creation. If you're new here, I'm AI Samson, and on this channel we explore the latest possibilities with AI video. So let's take a look at some of the most impressive examples coming out of Sora2. First up, we have an exquisite display of physics and human action. Now, one of the hardest things for AI video to achieve is realistic dynamic motion. And here we have something nonsensical with a cat ice skating with a woman. And what's fantastic about this is just how beautifully the physics and anatomy are maintained. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to explore some of the major implications of this type of realism in AI generated content. Now, this model is also generating high quality audio that is naturally paired to the video. Let's take a look at this in action.
Ready when you are. 3, 2, 1, go! Dude, you alright?
I'm good. Now, what's fantastic about this is not just the physics and the accurate action, but also how natural the audio is. Even the acting of the voice actors feels completely in tone with the scene. But let's just look more closely at how beautiful the ripples are working here and also the shadows. One of the easiest ways that previously we could recognize AI video was by paying close attention to shadows, where they wouldn't quite match the elements that they were casting over. Now, I would like to draw your attention to one thing that I spotted here that still belies the reality of this, and that is the loci, or the dynamic speed of movement as he is doing his backflip. If you just look, it feels as if he is rotating at exactly the same speed the whole way round, whereas if you were to naturally backflip, you would have a much higher level of acceleration as you jump up, and you would slow down as you continue the movement. But here it feels as if the motion is entirely at one speed. Just watch closely again if you can pick that up. And watching him prep, and now you can see that there is that slight sense of inconsistency. Next up, we have this man straddling across two horses. And what's wonderful about this, not only the dust being kicked up by these horses, but also the difficult elements of keeping so many moving parts together. You can see that this is extremely complex, and we have very diverse movements being incorporated. Now, I would say it almost looks like his legs slightly extend in length at this point, but overall this is doing an incredible job at some of the most complex dynamic movements that we've ever seen. Now, this model is also handling a diverse set of media types. Here we can see with an anime style animation, and we're getting a fantastic sense of narrative and understanding that was never before possible. It's truly taking us into a new era of AI video creation. And later in the video, I'll explain to you how you can make money from this new development. Now, of course, it wouldn't be AI video without some surreal animal videos. And here we have an astronaut golden retriever who is eating multiple tennis balls. And what I love about this is the fine rendering of the individual hairs here, and even how this backlit scene is capturing the light so beautifully. It's getting to the level where we can create highly effective, engaging narrative pieces with AI video. But one of the most interesting developments of Sora2 is in fact its ability to integrate real-life likeness of you and others into videos. Now, this unlocks a lot of possibilities for creating real clones that can create content on our behalf. And one of the most interesting examples I saw is from iJustine on X. And she's been creating a number of videos featuring herself, all put together to create one video. And you can see it creates an effective likeness of this woman. However, there is a slight glossy nature to her skin texture, which is still to be overcome. I would also say that her hair looks fairly matted together. But it is unbelievable how much likeness is achieved in this. And it certainly would be possible to create content in your own likeness for the future. Now, she's created a number of interesting tricks here with playing with multiple versions of herself, as well as being able to link it all together in a piece that feels as if it is consistent, coherent. But this is undoubtedly a huge step forward in the accessibility of creating AI videos with our own likeness. Previously, we would look to tools like HeyGen that might be able to give you a fairly decent talking headshot like this, but it would fall down in the reality of creating dynamic content. Here is an example from one of the employees at OpenAI showing how he has created a video with him and Sam Altman together. And you can see that he's able to create a mesmerizing cinematic video that is encapsulating his true likeness. Now, aesthetically, this model seems to be doing a fairly decent job at creating realistic looking video. I would say that it does feel a little bit overly saturated and as if the contrast is also a little bit high. Now, this has always been a critique of the image and video models that OpenAI has been releasing. Now, here's an example from Arjun Talati. What I love about this example is the showcase of how text can be accurately rendered inside of AI video. Now, this again was another area where we were still looking for comprehensive abilities. But just look at how exquisitely this clock is rendered out. Now, I would try to bring your attention to just some of the most minor inaccuracies. And the main one I can see here is it doesn't look as if the 6 is actually directly underneath the 12. Now, of course, if you spot anything that I've missed, do let me know in the comments. I'll be very curious to hear what you think. Now, the next one I would say is that it doesn't have a clear sense that one of these hands is the hour hand and one is the minute. And there also appears to be an unknown additional hand here. But what is impressive is that it has accurately rendered out the exact second hand perfectly, that there is 4 in between each marker. Now, this is absolutely exquisite. I'd also like to pay attention to the fact that the font that has been designed for this looks incredibly consistent, that we have this set of characters that work well as a whole. Now, we also have an example here of a word being rendered out, onboarding, looking nicely spaced and without any loose sizing of each glyph, which would mean that each of the characters is a slightly different size. Now, one of the other hard things for AI to render out, and I'm just trying to really pick this apart as much as I can, is teeth. And you can see here that these teeth are pretty atrocious. Either this woman is British like me, or she simply has an absolutely horrendous set of gnashes. Now, here we have a fabulous, exquisite example of complex idea being generated with Sora2, that she's pressing this button and every time she presses it, she remains in the same space, but there is a different reality around her. And even this transition is absolutely stunning. I think some of these surreal and creative executions are working unbelievably well. And here you can see we're really bringing in the likeness of a lot of different people. I think this was supposed to be Gordon Ramsay, but it kind of looks as if he switches rather quickly. It certainly looks a lot like Gordon Ramsay here, but then in the follow-up shot, we are starting to lose his likeness. Now, to upload and create your own resemblance inside of Sora2, all you have to do is film yourself turning from side to side and record yourself naming a string of characters. You can then create your own AI clone. Now, here is an example I'd love to play to you, and particularly pay attention to the beauty of the voice design here, and just how well it integrates with this ad concept.
Iconic shape, unmistakable power, crafted with hand-stitched leather, intelligent technology, and a commanding V8 bi-turbo.
The deep and husky voice here that is so excellently portrayed is absolutely remarkably perfect for this setting, and it creates a huge opportunity for generating hundreds of ad concepts very, very quickly. And this is going to have major repercussions for the online advertising industry, because now we can test hundreds, thousands of different creatives much faster than ever before. Now, here is an example that I'm particularly in awe of by AI Girl's Photo Studio. And what I love about this is that it showcases that Sora is allowing us to have some degree of sensuality as well as gore included in the videos. And this, of course, has been a major battleground as we've integrated our lives and our world and our creative processes with AI. That there has always been an extreme level of censorship on these models. And that is obviously still going to be a major hurdle when using Sora if you're looking to create anything that even has a slight tendency to spill over into the sensual or violent. Now, here is a comparison from Matt Schumer showcasing how Sora 1 has evolved into Sora 2. And I'm going to showcase you two videos that have come from the same prompt, a group of people playing volleyball. First of all, this is the original from the first version of Sora. And as you can see, there's a lot of morphing going on. It's really struggling to create a sense of how a volleyball match would actually pan out. It is much more of the ilk of AI slop. However, just regale in the beauty of this showcase of a beach volleyball match. Now, what's great about this is it looks like they're actually playing beach volleyball. It's following the laws of the game. I would say that still it is obvious that the movement is AI. I mean, this is a very unnatural spiking action. Either he's an incredibly uncoordinated player, or it's just poor AI. I would also say that him moving off the pitch here is not a particularly natural move to make, leaving his teammate all on their own. The other thing I would pull your attention to is that there are 2 people on this side and 4 people on the other side of the net. I would also say that's a huge bounce to have of the ball off the sand. You would believe that it would most likely bounce much lower after this. Just watch this. It bounces extremely high. Now, there are a couple of other examples from Matt Schumer here. Do check him out on X. And here he has a prompt, a gymnast flips on a balance beam cinematic. This is the old Sora, and as you can see, we've got nonsensical morphing and a whole host of surreal limbs flopping all around. However, we can take a look at Sora 2, and you can see that the improvement is absolutely remarkable. There appears to be no morphing at all. The movement is fitting, and there is nothing that you could obviously pull out of this example that showcases that it is AI. Let's take a look at another one. This is Sora 1, and the prompt was skateboarder does a kickflip. As you can see, his foot positioning is not particularly natural for a skateboarder here, that he is not able to perform the kickflip in a way that maintains the laws of physics. You can see his foot is merging into the board, and the general loci of the board is absolutely nonsensical. I also think the size of the board seems to expand and then contract. Now he's on quite a small mini board at the end. But let's just take a look at how Sora 2 handles this, and it's absolutely incredible. I think this is one of the most impressive examples I've seen. Now, what's impressive about this model is it's also bringing in industry-leading audio design, much like VO3 has. It can give you sophisticated background soundscapes, speech, and sound effects with a high degree of realism. Let's take a look at some of these impressive examples.
Hold steady, brace! Heave! There! Shield wall for the north!
I'm pretty excited to go to war by that one. Now, notice here that we have both music and speech integrated into one.
Affirmative, Sora. Each layer refines the representation, like polishing a gem.
Then, maybe one day I'll build a network that understands every star.
Now, one particularly interesting development of this that I'm sure you'll be excited about is the ability to insert objects. Now, we can insert not only human likeness, but also animal and objects into our pieces. Here we have a demonstration of a Sora employee being input to a martial arts scene. Now, this is pretty impressive, apart from the fact that the piece of wood morphs at various moments. You can see here at the end it's bent, and at the beginning it is much more straight. Still, it's an extremely beautiful and aesthetic shot, and I particularly enjoy the details of the background. Now, what I'm particularly impressed with is the quality of the videos that look like they are shot from an amateur iPhone. Now, the reason why this is important is because these are the ones that are going to belie reality the most. It's almost as if these amateur iPhone filmed videos are at the level where they are hard to differentiate from reality. Now, they do say that the model is far from perfect and makes plenty of mistakes, but it is validation that further scaling up neural networks on video data will bring us closer to simulating reality. Now, the fact is that Sora 2 is revolutionizing AI video. This is another step forward in the realm of content creation, and that's because it is raising the bar for realism, control, and accessibility. Now, a key element of this is the new Sora app. It's a new social platform for AI video. OpenAI has released this app, which is currently only available in the US, and it's already reached #1 in photo and video. And the idea here is making AI video creation accessible to all. It's making it fun, easy, and playful, and that is the key to mass adoption. Now, it's also creating a Sora feed inside of this app, which is being purported to be a TikTok killer. Now, one hot take I have is that I can imagine seeing a new social media platform take off that is specifically no AI. So it's creating an anti-AI social media platform that takes pride in removing all AI content. Now, the fun feature of Sora2 is this cameos idea. So you can generate videos of you and your friends together. And I believe that they are betting heavily on this socialization feature of AI video that no other platform has truly tapped into yet. The new app is unlocking the possibility for personalized scenarios, social discovery, unlocking connection with other content creators, the ability to collaboratively create with other people, and the option to control your privacy, to allow others to use your cameos and who has access to that. Now, the key facts about Sora2 is that currently you can get 10-second videos out, and that it is only available at the moment in the US and Canada, with more countries to get access in the coming days and weeks. Now, of course, there is major concerns of the safety of AI video, and on that front, OpenAI has said that they're using opt-in identity verification to make sure you maintain ownership and control over people using your likeness. You'll get likeness usage notifications whenever people are generating content with your face. You will get updated about that, as well as the ability to input parental controls and have content filtering and algorithm customization, allowing you to choose the type of content that you will be served. Now, the competition landscape is heating up, and for a while we've been in awe of Google's VO3 as the only leading AI video generator that accurately creates text, sound, and music, as well as video altogether. Now, beyond that, Midjourney Video, in my mind, creates the most truly aesthetic videos with some of the greatest control, especially if you're looking to use features like first and last frame. Now, however, Sora is really focusing on this type of social AI content creation. I don't see it as a competitor for accurate filmmaking. I see it much more as a mass market AI video content creator. It's a little bit like Canva for AI video, whereas if you are looking to have more control or more insight, I still think that Midjourney or Kling are going to be the market leaders. We've also recently seen that Meta has released an AI-only shorts feed as well, so we can really see these big tech companies hyping up the idea of AI content-only systems. Now, currently they're going to be releasing Sora2 for everyone to try for free, and then they're going to be adding in a premium layer for extended usage, quicker generation times, and for other features. Now, if you want to access it and you're in the US or Canada, you will be able to access it with your GPT Pro or Plus subscription, but you can also receive a friend pass, and many people are handing these out on X. This is where users with access are given passes to share with others. And of course, you can also sign up their waitlist at Sora.com. Now, a word on what's next, and what's particularly interesting if you dig deep into their announcement is how they see this impacting robotics and general world simulators. And that means that truly we are looking to simulate reality with these AI video models. And what we're moving towards is the ability not just to create a few second clips, but to actually create real simulations of different scenarios that can take different action paths. Now, this is actually a key component in the adoption of robotics into the world. And that is what the OpenAI team are alluding to will happen next. Now, a couple of interesting ideas that I've been thinking about relating to the impact of this type of technology is the idea of AI actors, or renting your face or likeness or brand to others, that you can create deals to allow others to use your brand, your personality, and your likeness in their videos. And I think this is going to become a huge industry, especially for those who already have an audience or influence. Now, one opportunity with this is creating AI. AI IP, and you can create your own personalities and avatars and generate a following and a brand around them, and then license them to others to use in their content. And I think this is an incredibly interesting business model that's only going to explode. And AI now allows us to create hyper-realistic content, and that allows us to create entirely AI-generated media. And what's incredible about that is it now allows anyone, without showing their face or using their voice, to create their very own profitable online business. Now, I have a course called the AI Influencer Masterclass, and that takes you through the entire process from designing to building to monetizing your very own AI influencer. And I truly believe this is one of the most lucrative and exciting business opportunities for anyone in 2025. And in that course, I talk about using Fanvue, which is a platform for monetizing your AI influencer. Now, what's interesting about Fanvue is they are built specifically for AI content creation, and they work with some of the largest AI influencers in the world, including Atiana Lopez. Now, what's great about Fanvue is it's specifically built for AI content creators, and many other monetization platforms either restrict or block entirely AI content creators. And if you're interested in taking advantage of the AI gold rush, then I highly recommend checking out my course and Fanvue in the link in the description below. Fanvue is the perfect place for you to monetize your AI content. So what are you waiting for? I look forward to seeing you in the course and making money together in the AI revolution. Now, in another interesting development related to this, we have had Tilly Norwood, who is an AI actress who has been receiving major backlash from real Hollywood stars. In just a few days, she's racked up over 38,000 followers on Instagram, and she's released a number of highlight reels of her work. And in response to this, the creators have said, to those who have expressed anger over the creation of our AI character, Tilly Norwood, she is not a replacement for human being, but a creative work. She is not a replacement for a human being, but a creative work, a piece of art. Like many forms of art before her, she sparks conversation, and that in itself shows the power of creativity. What's particularly interesting about this is the creative application of launching an AI influencer with a specific skill set. If you enjoyed this video, then watch this one next for practical ways on how you can use AI for animation design today. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I wish you a delightful day.